It's fucking crazy how many of you are here, and I don't have words really or anything, so I think we're just gonna play. But thank you.
We're Mauve. Do you want to say your name?
I'm Noah, the bassist.
I'm Olive, the guitarist, and I sing.
I'm Kyle, I play drums.
So you had an album that came out yesterday about the weather. How was that experience of making that?
It was grueling. It was also very fun, but kind of since we were working on that kind of since the very inception of the band, I guess, and so it's been about a 2.5 year process of just writing the songs, and then we got in the studio late October of last year, and we were in there until mid-June. And it was we recorded most of it, and then over halfway through the process we were like, this all sounds terrible. And we decided to pretty much scrap everything and then re-record, and so the last 2 months are really what you hear on the album, the recording. But we also kind of had to rush it because we got an offer from this really cool label called Really Rad, and they were like, we can make these 2 dates work for a single and an album, and that's all we have. And we were like, all right. I guess. Me and the person who was recording our album, Penny, were just in the studio every day for a month. Routine was wake up, go to the studio at 8 p.m. and then be in there until 3 or 4, and so my sleep schedule was totally fried. But yeah, it was really intense, but also very fun. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, I wasn't a part of the recording process. I just joined the band 3 weeks ago?
Yeah,
something like that. But the songs are rad. They killed it on them. So I'm very blessed to be playing them.
On what you just said, Kyle, you have just recently joined the band. What was that process like? Did you approach Mauve, or did you guys approach him? How'd that end up happening?
So I don't think either of us approached each other. I talked to
Carl was the middleman.
I talked to Carl from Growing Pains, which is the other band that Kyle's in, and I was just our drummer's not in the band anymore. I might ask Kyle, I'm not sure. And then 2 or 3 days later, Carl calls me and he's like, Kyle's in the band, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm so down with that.
I'd listen to all the files of Olive and Carl would send me some of the files of some of the songs. I'm like, wow, this is some insane music, and it's also right up my alley of the type of stuff I like playing. And so once I heard that, I was like, damn, it would be really cool someday to get the chance to sub in or play with them sometime. And then we were planning a tour together, and so it just kind of worked out with the way things went, and I feel super lucky. It's been so much fun so far.
Your first show as a drummer was this last Friday. Is that correct?
It was the 7th, I think, of July.
Yeah.
So 2 Fridays?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
All right. How was that experience, drumming for the first time live in this band?
It was nerve-wracking, to be honest. I haven't been in a new band really since Growing Pains. I've played for a couple other people a couple times in between, but it was my first time really sitting down and having 2 weeks to learn an entire set. And these songs are not easy. There's some demanding songs, so it was learning the album. I probably listened to the album 20-30 times in full before I even showed up to a first practice, and I was stressed out, but it was really fun. I love doing it, and so there's definitely a couple mistakes here and there, but That's the fun of it.
He killed it too. He
You're very
we practiced twice before that first show, like, ever, as a full band, and like it just sounded so good. Like, yeah.
This is your tour kickoff show. How are you generally feeling about going on tour and all of that?
Billy, you want to take that one?
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but it's exciting, you know, like, as a musician, that's like one of those like dream things that you get to do. Like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know, excited. Very excited overall.
Yeah, I would have to say I'm in pretty much the same boat, very nervous and excited, because like we didn't have all of the all of the dates booked until about a week ago, and then even now there's still a date that is not totally figured out, and we're supposed to be playing that in like a week and a half. So it's like very thrown together, but it's all just kind of managed to work out. It was originally me and then Carl and the other band returning with Growing Pains organizing it, and then Kyle kind of had to step in a little bit.
It's a team effort. It takes a village to go on tour, for sure.
But yeah, overall it kind of worked itself out, and we've gotten super lucky with like all of the different opportunities we've gotten like going into this, and I don't really know what to expect other than being very tired and having a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's ditto.
Is there anything in particular that you hope to get out of the tour, whether it be artistically or just any fun experiences that you're hoping to get out of it?
I'm really excited because the last day we're playing, it's like, I think it's a small beach town in California, and I'm just like pretty stoked to like end our California run on the beach. Like, I just feel like that's a fitting end. I don't know.
I mean, I think the thing I'm most excited for, looking forward the most towards, specifically artistically, is like, just this is gonna be such a good chance for like us to grow as a band, because we've only gotten to play 2 shows up to this point, and we've had 3 practices, and so this tour is gonna be like playing shows is gonna be the majority of our practices. And
That's
like,
where we lock in.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just so excited to see, like, by the end of the tour, how much like tighter we are, and like how much better we're sounding, like, than we already are together. So yeah.
Have you ever taken any lessons or had any kind of music education? Any of the 3 of you?
Yeah, I took guitar lessons when I was in like 6th grade for like a month or 2, and then when I started drumming for our other band, Simpleton, I started taking drum lessons, which turned into like music theory lessons, and I realized
that happened to you too?
Yeah, I was taking drum lessons. Okay, I don't need to know. I don't want to know like how to read music, so I stopped after like 3 or 4 months. That's all I got.
When I was like 6, I got put in like I did guitar lessons, but it was like one of those things. They weren't private. Like, it was like 20 kids in a room who like cannot play the guitar.
Yellow
like
Submarine.
and like playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it's just like a hellscape. Like, and so I did not want to keep doing that. And then I started taking drum lessons when I was 8, and I did those for a long time, and then I took guitar lessons for a couple years, which kind of just ended up turning into like, I like bring a song that I wrote and we talk about it, and like that was kind of it. And then I took vocal lessons, but that also very quickly turned into I bring a song that I wrote and we talk about it. So like the amount of like actual training I have from the lessons I've taken, other than music theory wise, is like, I'd say pretty minimal, but other than the drums. But yeah.
Yeah, I was actually very similar, but like I started with guitar when I was like 8, did that for 2 years, and then I like cried to my dad because I didn't like playing guitar. And then I like got my cousin's drum set, and with drums, like I didn't really take. I had like 4 lessons from this one jazz drummer that was like 3 years older than me. Actually, it was like really good. Like, we didn't spend any time playing the drums. Like, he had me up and just like clapping and like doing shit like in different time signatures, and I was like, at the time, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, what am I doing? But like, I use everything he taught me like all the time now, and I'm like, damn, I should probably call that guy back up. It was good. But that's it.
Did that teacher happen to be Andreas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how do you know
I was
that?
just about to say that. I'm like, that's not
Guard wire.
Yeah.
How do you know Andreas?
Yes.
And I also took a lesson with Andreas. He goes by Carlos now, right?
Yeah,
Oh, shit, okay.
No, I can't remember if he's still in Arizona at this point. He moved back.
He's all around it. He
Yeah.
like went to Columbia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
That's
a great
crazy.
drummer.
How'd you
I had the
like,
same
meet him?
experience with him.
Yeah.
Basically exactly what you said.
No, he's
Something was
unreal.
for- yeah.
Yeah.
Like he started teaching me all these like things. He's like, let's learn like the isms of your favorite drummers. I'm like, what does it? Like, what are you talking about here? And then I'm like, oh shit! Like I use that all the time now. So shout out Andres, Carlos, dope.
All of you guys are in other projects currently besides Mauve. Has being in those other projects affected your playing or general approach to music in Mauve?
Totally. I mean, like, I mean, our other band, Simpleton, like, who, the other two members are in the room right now, actually. But, that, like, I feel like definitely kind of led into, if I hadn't, like, been in that band, I mean, I still am, but if that band hadn't existed, I don't think Mauve could have ever existed for me. Like, it was kind of like the groundwork / my ability, like, to, like, learn how to be in a band and to, like, write music and to kind of, like, make that happen. And so I would say that, yeah, without that, I wouldn't be in this band. And then also, like, I think just, like, the ethos I see the other bands I'm into have, and I'm in another band where I drum and another band where I play bass, and so, like, having that context I feel like helps me with, like, constructing a whole song rather than just, like, writing the guitar and the vocals, like, because I have to approach things as a drummer and as a bassist sometimes. And so, yeah, I think it's definitely impacted, like how I operate in Mauve a lot.
Definitely has impacted it. It's interesting because, like, not even like bigger projects, like just jamming with other people, like it's just such a different vibe. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, we've talked about it before, but me and Olive's connections as like musicians, both being in Simpleton and Mauve, like,
Yeah.
it's just like you lock in, you know, and like that's why it's so cool to have like another member and like working on new shit. Like, it's like you all just like fucking lock in. Like,
Yeah. No, it's
definitely
fun.
impacts it working with other people.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Like, it's fun, especially with, like, even though I didn't, have any time writing these songs, like, it's cool to, hear a drum part and then, try and put your own take on it, whatever that sounds like. And I'm just really excited to start writing.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely helpful to have, like, that experience in Growing Pains. And, like, there's some, things I do in that band that I'll, like, take with me into this band.
Are there any musicians in particular that you've worked with that have greatly changed your style or approach to music? I guess that kind of
Agreed.
I think, I think there definitely have been some for better, some for worse. But I don't know, pretty much everyone I've ever worked with has, like, impacted me in some way with the way that I, like, approach music, like, just, like, seeing so many different, like, perspectives surrounding, like, how you write and how you play and, like, how you operate in a band setting and, like, just, like, your attitudes and such. And also, like, the other guitarist for our other band, Simpleton, Ezra, has, like, very much, like, has very much at least motivated me to improve, because they're, like, one of the most talented people I've ever met, and, like, I'm standing on stage playing next to them, like, the same instrument, and I'm like, shit, like, I can't fuck this up. But yeah, I think pretty much everyone I've played with for any significant amount of time has had some impact on my approach to music.
Yeah, I mean, Olive has probably had the biggest impact on me, just because I used to be the guitarist of the band Simpleton, and we switched, and Olive taught me drums. So, you know, without Olive, I don't really know if I'd be a drummer or the musician I am today.
I guess building off of that a little bit, are there any people in particular that you hope to play with at some point in the future? Even just like, you know, dream musicians that you like to play with?
Like in sorry.
No, you're good.
Just
yeah.
like in terms of like a playing together, or like playing like a show with them.
I mean, either.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, this was that band for me for a while, so like, check. Like, I'm pretty happy. If we're talking like you said, like big musicians too.
I mean, yeah.
I'm
yeah,
trying to
anyone.
think. Oh my God, you're gonna hate this, but I'm gonna go Billy Joe Armstrong on this. I just
That's
love
fair.
a jam with
That's
Billy
fair.
Joe. That's all I got.
I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I don't. I feel like a year or two ago I would have had a million answers for you, but at this point in time I feel like I don't. Just like a bunch of the other like fifth wave emo stuff that's happening right now, like playing with any of those bands would be super sick. Oh yeah, Origami Angel would be so much fun. I would love to play with them.
Badass.
And like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people I'd want to play with are dead, so that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know. Just like, I mean, there's like just so many cool musicians out there. I feel honored whenever I get to play with like any of the musicians I admire. So I don't know if I could pick any certain number. Do you have any?
You're gonna hate me for this.
God damn it! Why do you keep saying that?
Get me in a room with Weezer.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
jamming with
I
Weezer.
don't hate you
Talk
for
to
that.
me.
I would jam
True.
with Weezer.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Rivers.
We covered Weezer.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh my God, can we?
Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
Gotta do like a B-sides.
Yeah. Figurative B-side.
Yeah.
Weezer versus Green Day. Mauve.
Mauve versus Grind. I like it.
So this is a few questions. So first, who does the art for a lot of your albums and singles? Since I was trying to look it up, I found multiple people, so I thought I'd just ask you directly.
There's so person sitting right over
with us
here.
right
Yeah.
now.
Stand over
Sammy.
them if you want.
She did the Oh My God single art. She did the back cover art on our physicals, or on our CDs, and also the art that's on the disc, and then also various other like merch and things.
Poster.
Yeah.
That poster's dope.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw that
and
today.
posters. Yeah, she's done so much
Done it
for
all.
us. It's crazy.
Shout out Sammy.
And then also our friend Cece. He did the art for our first single, 20,000 Degrees, and then also him and our friend Lee collaborated to make the album art. It's so sick.
It's really cool.
I like
it a
it.
lot.
And God, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I feel like those are the main people, because we struggled for a very long time to find artists. We just like weren't doing things because we couldn't find an artist for a while. So they all. I know. It's very convenient. But like, yeah, we got very lucky with the people we get to work with now. So, yeah.
Was there anything in particular that made you want to approach those people to do the art?
Let me think. So, I was like scared of asking people to do art for us because we had no idea what we wanted. Like we could give you nothing. Like we gave all of the people who did art for us literally nothing. So it's a wonder that anything came of it. But
I begged you.
yeah. Like she asked us multiple times if she could do art for us, and I was always just like, yes please, but then I wouldn't give you anything to do. And then finally one day you were just like, okay, I did some stuff, and I was like, thank you. But yeah, I was, and then Cece, just a longtime friend, someone whose art I really like, and they drew what is our like profile picture on Instagram or whatever, and that kind of like sparked like us being like, ooh, we kind of want more of this kind of whimsical thing, and so yeah, and then Lee, CC basically was just like, I also want our other friend to work on this with me, and I was like, yeah, totally, because like his art is also super cool, but yeah.
Does the little guy have a name?
No. The Mauve guy? I don't know. Maybe.
Give it to her, we can make a name.
Okay, yeah.
What are some of the different genres or bands that each of you guys are into, and how do you combine these different musical ideas to make your own style of music?
Curious to hear your answer.
I don't know, mine's kind of all over the place, as like most musicians are, but I guess mainly what I listen to is like alternative rock, indie
Yeah.
rock, what else? Some jazz. Yeah, I mean that's like mainly what I play when I'm just like driving around, I'd say.
Are there any specific bands or like albums or anything?
If you don't have any, that's okay. Yeah.
That's
You
what-
don't
that's
have to
always a hard
answer all these
question.
questions.
I think I don't know. Yeah, mine's pretty eclectic too. I like it kind of ranges from like I don't know, because I'm a lot more of a individual song kind of person than I am like a specific artist or like album kind of person. Like if I like find a song in whatever genre I like it, and like I will obsessively listen to it for a little bit. And so it's like it ranges from like kind of more of like the alt rock, indie rock kind of stuff that I was talking about, and then like some like electronic stuff, and then some rap, and then some like occasionally I'll find some like country or like bluegrass that I like, or like metal, or just like it's very I could not say anything in particular. I'm very influenced by like J-rock, I'd say. There's a lot of like Trico and The Pillows and Toe and like a few other bands in that kind of like emo-y J-rock style, because I just really like the use of like melody and that type of music. But yeah, I don't know. It's and definitely emo. A lot of a lot of emo stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much for me. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like super qualified to answer yet, because my influence
Go for it.
like is not on the album, but like I think like just when I like play live and stuff, like I don't know, I like the way Dave Grohl hits drums, so like that I think is a part of like the way I was trained. And same with like Travis Barker, big fan of the single stroke, and then Jimmy Chamberlain from Smashing Pumpkins is like where I get a little bit of like, I'd say taste from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause it bridges the gap of like hitting shit and like, okay, this is like music, you know? Like, that's what I'd say.
Okay, and I guess to wrap it up, is there anything you want to plug or anything for the tour or the album or anything to?
Come see us on tour.
Yeah, come see us on tour if you live.
What?
Oh, right.
Shout out Friends of Noise. They're sponsoring the tour. Big fan of Andre over there. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking
it's
care
so,
of us.
It's so helpful. It's extremely helpful. And he's
Shout out Sammy's grandma too. That's
for
big.
letting us
Shout out my
stay
grandma.
at her place.
Yeah.
And yeah. Come. Oh yeah, and Sammy's
yeah.
mom for letting us borrow her car.
And Kalia's mom. Shout out to.
This
Yeah.
really is a mom tour, yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. I think yeah. See us. We have merch. We have an album.
Stream.
Yes. Stream about the weather on all streaming services.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
anything else
that's
you
it.
want to say before we wrap it up?
I'm
No.
good. Yeah.
Alright,
Not
cool.
really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that will be the end. Thank you.
right, that's it. I'm gonna pass out. Bye.